Well, good morning, everybody. It is Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and I am joined by Alan Stevens, my co-host, my pal in Be Connected. So good to have you here, Alan.
Always good to be here with you, and that I expect we're going to talk about some great stuff again today as well.
We are. So we thought we might narrow down the focus because we've been doing this blitz for the last 3 weeks. I reckon we're onto it now. And so we thought we might, just to give everybody an opportunity, maybe it might turn out to be a slightly smaller shorter recording, but we'll cover in a little bit more depth each of the elements that we talk about at a high level in the blitz. So today we're just going to talk about this room. Because I feel, Alan, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I reckon you might be thinking the same way. When people join Be Connected, they often think this is it. And this is pretty damn neat, right? So there's lots of layers. So what we might do over the next few blitzes is just spend some time and look at each of those elements with a little bit more detail and then give everybody the opportunity to see the offer that's going on today. So we are in the Be Connected meeting room or webinar room, whatever you want to call it. It's our virtual platform. So, what are the things that attracted you to this platform? Because I reckon both of us had the same experience. We came in because we saw this and went, wow. So what was the wow factor for you when it came to this element of Be Connected?
Well, the main thing was the quality of the image, but it was also the way the screen was filled. There's nothing worse than when you're sitting there talking to one person, that you're in this landscape view and there's this black section above and the black section below. Now, that's great if you can then take that video and brand it, and put that out. But quite often we're just having these meetings. Well, right now I've got it where you're sitting side by side with me. And so the whole screen's filled up. So there's no black space that's taking up the real estate. And I can see your face larger. And just with a quick click of the button, I can have it where your center screen, and I can then be looking more at you. Because one of the things is, if you're interviewing people, if I'm looking at somebody over here, I'm looking down and away from them. Because especially if you've got a larger monitor, the camera is sitting on top of it on a PC, for instance. And so it really angles our attention on that person.
Exactly.
Think about a real life situation, standing there talking to somebody and they're standing in front of you and you're looking over here like this.
Or over their shop. It's distracting. You're not giving them their 100% attention. And if you just reminded me about your conversation about how we're sitting on the screen. I was in a meeting in Teams yesterday, and it reminded me, and I've never been able to work it out. When I'm in the meeting, I sit in a little box down the bottom right-hand corner. And whilst I don't necessarily am not there to see myself, I find it a bit distracting. And so the ability to see people clearly, or ourselves, because sometimes, we might have something, hair sticking up or and you just don't know, right? So, and you can't tell when somebody joins, and it's not easy to manipulate it. And I found the exact same thing. I was in a Google Meet the other day and it said I could move it to gallery and it just wouldn't work. And so it was just it became distracting for the meeting.
That's right.
Whereas this, we get so enthusiastic and we can see each other super clearly. So there's two of us here, but you and I have been in meetings where there's been 20, 30, 50 people. And what I really love in this phase one of this new version of Be Connected is you can now scroll up. So gone are the days where you've got to click a little button down the bottom to go to the second page, the third page, whatever. Same on your phone. Now we can just scroll up. And it's a really seamless way to see people. And you can pin key people at the top of the screen. So if you've got 50, you could pin up to whatever number you want. You can determine
6,
that.
I believe it is.
So if you've got an event and you've got 6 keynote speakers and they're on the screen, you could go pin, 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 and they're all sitting at the top. They're clear in your vision, and the rest just scroll. Now that I haven't seen that anywhere, right? That's a really nice experience. And this is,
and as you mentioned on the phone, the phone itself, be able to just flick it and scroll it and see all the faces. And that, and it just looks so much fresher than anything else than the others. And it's not enough. It just, so it sits there, takes the whole screen up. Your buttons are up the top. So you got to,
Yep.
you know, the ones we've got on the side over here, they're up the top. But the freshness of it, it looks so much aesthetically more pleasing when you're looking at the people. And when you feel good about things, the conversation always flows as well. So it's not just the appearance, it's the effect the appearance has on the conversation.
Exactly. And so again, it's not a distraction. And like we've been on calls where people have been in our group meetings on their phone, and we can see them really clearly. They can see us. So it's a really super great experience. So we've got a menu that just pops up and down and hides on this screen, right? And I really like that element of it as well. So it's not filling up space when you need it. You just put your mouse there and hovers up. So it's got all the normal stuff: microphone, camera, virtual, blur, all that sort of things. It's got the chat. So I've just put a little chat here. We've also got polls. So I'll just click on that because it'll pick it up in the recording. So we can create a poll. So let's do that. Do we love BK? Yes, or absolutely. Let's not give us and send. So it's there now, and Alan can go and answer it, and we can see it live straight away. So it has all that capability that we're searching for, and it's not hidden in a funny little spot. Super handy. And you can just create another one, and you can leave that up for everybody to see the outcome as they need to.
That's it. So you get more engagement from people. Yes, when we do an event, we can say to people, right, you know, put in the chat box a 1 or a yes or whatever it might be for the things we're talking about. And you notice the number of people when you're on those calls who actually do that because they want to be part of it. They want to be drawn into it. But if you can also put polls up there and create those on something that somebody said and people are responding, bang, up can go a poll and bring the engagement in even greater again. So those people really feel that they belong. Then if you are promoting a product or a service, the call to action buttons become even more powerful again now because people in that emotional state go, wow, I want to be on this. And we make our decision when we're emotionally connected, not when we've gone away and thought about it.
Who wants a real free Be Connected platform? So we can put that option in and we can go, yes, get it now, click the button. So it's a bit of a different way to do the poll. So I've just done another one. Click, let's do it. So you can see I've got 2 polls there sitting there now, and everybody can see the outcome. And you can give it a little call to action, go, click on this button here, the top right-hand corner. These are live. And so hopefully everybody's getting a sense that because I'm doing this, you're going to get this outcome, these screenshots, these buttons, this activity in the recording. Now that's a really important element of this platform, right? That was one thing that absolutely blew me away because I've done, as you know, I've done over, 1,000 webinars over time and use the other platform and hope to goodness and cross our hands and all our body parts that they'll click on a link before they leave the meeting. Because if I then send them a recording, I then have to put them laboriously into the email. Again, hope that they click it. But if we can send this entire screen that everybody can see, which we can, in a recording and really curate what those buttons do and their functionality. And so this is building the engagement. Like, think of it from a networking and a collaboration point of view, from a sales point of view, building relationships like know and trust. You could have a whole bunch of testimonial videos attached to those. If you are in the process of selling, you could have that go, let's just listen to Sarah who used Alan's services and see what she has to say. Click play right there. You have to take them anywhere. You have to send them to a website. It's all here. Pretty neat, right?
Everything's right at your fingertips and it's instantaneous. And that's what we're looking at selling, and that they talk about used to be 1 to 7 touch points to get a sale. Then it went from 7 to 24. So it's just showing that we are time poor, incredibly time poor. We haven't got the time to muck around with things. So wherever we can go to one click, it's always, and people follow that. But if they've got to go click on this and click on that and click on that, then,
too hard.
And that's one of the reasons why with this platform, we've got the one login and we've got everything with the one login. Exactly. So this is what's driving us in this, is to make our lives easier, simpler, more efficient. And is it something that anybody can do, or it can be taught, etc.? Yes, it's all of those things.
All of those things. So we've also, I'm just going to go across the bottom of the menu. So we've got the chat. We've got some pretty cool we're used to the raised hands. And we're used to, so I can raise my hand. You can see that the little hand goes in the top hand corner and I can pull it back down again. But some of these other fun things which add engagement, we're just going to clap. Like Alan's clapping, now I'm clapping. And these interactions, which gets people, you can hear it and you can see it. And so, for me, I think this is really cool. Now, we do realize that sometimes the noise can be distracting, so you can turn it off, and that's no problem at all. But this is all about creating engagement, etc. And so in the chat, when everybody goes to look at the chat, we'll be able to see who was engaged. Now, we're all both logged in at under the same name for this particular blitz, but normally it would say Joanne Brooks and Alan Stevens. But just think about this from a perspective of engagement in your webinar. If you could see that Alan clapped and smiled twice or three times during your webinar, you could potentially assume he's engaged, he's interested. It's worth a phone call. Pick up the phone. Joanne's been clapping. She's been chatting. Clearly, there's engagement here, and she's interested. Maybe she's not said it out loud, but it's giving you a sense of who's interacting and engaging. And in fact, you can grab some other information as to who has been the most interactive in this webinar by some other settings in here, which we'll show you in a sec. You can, as a moderator, and I will take a screenshot because it won't necessarily grab it, and I'll share it. We can see who's in the room. We can do breakout rooms. So just like all the other places, we can do the breakout rooms, set them up and send people off into breakout rooms. So that's pretty neat. And then we've got 3 dots down the bottom, which you hopefully, I'll grab a screenshot of that as well. But you can set up all sorts of things, your recordings. You can reduce the noise. You can change your background. And this is where you can get some participation stats. So I'll just click on it and grab a quick screenshot of that as well. And we'll share that. We can see that I've been talking for 12 minutes, and Alan's been talking for 8. So this is really... So I'm a chatterbox.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this is normal male, female.
Exactly. He just lets me talk. But how important would that be when you got a webinar and you've got the microphones on, and you can get that report? Like, even if you have to report it to a senior person in your business, go, yeah, we had great interaction. See all the people who are talking, how much time they spent, and the interaction that we got with this webinar. So this can help you to do some due diligence. Is the presentation you're doing building engagements? That's another metric that you can grab to work out whether that's viable or working, or it needs tweaking, etc. So, Alan, I'm going to let you talk about some of these buttons and other features because, I've been talking too much.
And I'm not saying a word about that.
I find you can say whatever you like. I won't take offense.
But the thing I love about the buttons, they are there on your room when you go into it. They're there when you've got the replay running, and they're live. They're active. And I'll draw your attention to the top one right now. This one on this particular platform has now been set up. This is where you can jump on this platform and get a free membership. Not a free trial, not a period of time, but this is a free for life. You only upgrade when you decide that you need more of the services in the platform. Mm-hmm. It's been designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs to help us build our business. And as we build our business, therefore their business will grow. But as we build our business, we then realize we're going to want other features, which is great because then we can upgrade, and that's when the company makes money. So they're helping, as I think it was Zig Ziglar who said it, help enough people get what they want, you'll always get what you want. And they live by that. They're helping us to do just that. Yes. Exactly. And so somebody's invited you along today, jump on that because that has actually been set up with their affiliate code as well. So when you join, you'll be part of their network. You'll have them to support you. Plus you will also have people like Joanne and I, and there's about 100 other coaches out there who will be there to help you. So jump onto that. And those that want to know more about the services that we have or what you can upgrade to, the middle one will then take you to the page where you can see what everything costs, but it'll show you everything that you actually get. But that's what I love about these. They're live. Now, one of the things we were going to do, Joanne, was just share our screens, because right at the moment, we're on the platform here and the buttons are set up a certain way. So if I just jump over to my screen as I'm talking, and I do a screen capture, screen share, I should say, you will now notice my other screen, I'm already logged in. This is the only platform you can be logged in multiple at the one time. But you'll notice my buttons down the side here. You can see my mouse now too. The buttons down here, they are live. So if I click on any one of those, they will open another tab in the browser and take you to where they're pointing. This is the features that we have with that. So, and the branding's different on the back. So I'll stop sharing. And what does yours look like, Joanne?
Yeah, well, mine, I set it up for a presentation I was doing for, why can't I find it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, sorry. So this is, I'm trusting you can see this okay?
Yep.
Great. So this was set up for something I did. I do some work with Desert Global Business School, which is bringing MBAs into Australia. And so you can see I've got the branding for Desert Global Business School. So let's go see where that takes us. Will take us to a landing page, Women in Leadership. So this is a landing page for women that I support people in doing a degree. Go back here, sorry. This is booking my calendar. Yeah, we all do that sort of stuff. And then I've got Join Be Connected. I wanted to promote Be Connected within the Desert community. So I haven't logged in yet, but it would look exactly as Alan has done it. So again, you can take it to anywhere you want. And that's what I particularly love, because anything that has a URL, so it could take them to a testimonial video. What we haven't covered is there is an ability in here through the setting is to show a video. We won't do it today because I'm mindful of time. I feel we've been talking long enough. But hopefully you can see it's not your run-of-the-mill virtual room by any means. Well, what we might very, very super duper quickly show is the offer, because that's super important. Let's do that. I'll just pull it up, and I should just make it.
Yeah, we've got you on the shared screen there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's the standard plan at the moment. So you can see there's a range. We start at free, which is the top left-hand button. Depending on your requirements, you can choose whatever subscription works for you. But this is what we want to share and have everybody action is at the top level. I'll say it again, the top level valued at $100 a month US is available for the moment for $50 US a month, just under. But what you get is you are locked in for that for however long you use Be Connected. So this is something that I do constantly. If I can find something where I don't have an ongoing increasing cost, as a business owner, it's a good strategic decision for me to consider, because I can then manage the money coming out of my account. I have full control over. So one of the things that I know many business owners feel they don't have is control over where's my mouse gone? What they feel they don't have is control over their business. This is one element of their business they can absolutely control, is what's going out of their account. And then you can take the time to learn all these elements of in the room and all the other features we're going to talk about in the coming blitzes.
Yeah. We just keep covering new points all the way along. So everybody, thank you for being here today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks. And thanks, Alan. We'll
thank you,
see you on the other side.
Excellent.